Welcome back, guys. I'm sure all of us at one stage or another have experience with acne problems. Not only the health of our skin is disrupted, but our self-esteem and mental health can also be affected. If you're dealing with acne problem and not seeing much result, then this video will help you. Quite recently, I've just recovered from an episode of stress acne. It took me less than 5 days to heal. So today, I'm going to share with you how I deal with acne problems. Stay until the end of the video for my recommendations and actual acne routine. Hi, my name is Alan. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dermatologist, I'm not a skin specialist. I'm just a normal person. I'm here to share with you what I've learned from a layperson's perspective and from my own personal experience about skincare and skin health. Acne is a common skin condition that many of us have struggled with at some point in our life. Some of us suffered when we were teenagers, but for some of us, acne continues well into adult life and can have a serious impact on our physical appearance and mental well-being. Acne is a disease and not a character flaw. In a world where so much pressure is put on physical appearance, having acne can seriously affect our self-esteem and self-confidence. And in some cases, it can lead to mental health conditions such as anxiety and depression. Today, we're going to talk about causes of acne, 5 principles to effectively manage your acne, ingredient and product recommendations, and last but not least, my actual acne routine. In our teenage years, the most common cause of teenage acne is usually related to changes in hormones as we grow up. But it is also not uncommon for teenagers to have breakouts due to neglected skin maintenance or aggressive skin routine. Adult acne has become increasingly more prevalent in the last 10 to 20 years, mostly affecting women. The reasons are not entirely clear. For women, hormonal imbalance can affect the health of your skin. Acne can occur around menstrual cycles, during pregnancy, delivery, and breastfeeding, before, during, and after menopause, and when taking hormonal birth control pills. Hormonal acne usually break out along the jawline. While a good skin routine might help, but there is no over-the-counter treatment or product that can address hormonal acne from its cause. If hormonal acne becomes serious or it persists, then you need to see a dermatologist or a skin specialist to properly treat this condition. Now, other than teenage acne and hormonal acne, other common causes of acne includes stress, poor skin routine, and diet. Stress. Studies have shown that stress alone may not cause acne. But alongside with other factors, stress can trigger breakouts and/or make existing acne problems even worse. These other factors include age, hormones, environmental factors like pollution, acne-producing bacteria on the face, poor skin routine, and the health condition of your skin. For example, if you have skin barrier impairment like eczema, stress can trigger an episode of breakouts on your face. Poor skin routine. If you are not properly looking after your skin, it is likely that your skin may be exposed to undesirable germs and bacteria, your pores may be clogged, your skin barrier may be impaired. It can trigger an immune response and cause the skin to be inflamed and agitated, resulting in acne. In the evening, we need to cleanse the skin properly, not only to remove germs and bacteria, dirt and pollutants accumulating on our face, but also to remove sunscreen and makeup properly. Ideally, we should double cleanse in the evening to remove sunscreen and makeup effectively. If you don't know what double cleanse is and would like to know more about it, please comment below and we can make a video about this double cleanse method. It is basically using an oil-based or balm-based cleanser first to break down the particles in sunscreen and makeup, and then followed by a water-soluble gentle cleanser to wash away everything without overstripping the skin barrier. The common mistake is that some people go to bed without properly cleansing their face, leaving germs and bacteria, dirt, pollutants, sunscreen, and makeup on the face overnight, which might then trigger a breakout episode. What is even worse than this is using cleansing wipes instead of properly cleansing the face. Not only cleansing wipes don't do a very good job, they leave harmful chemicals behind. Cleansing wipes use surfactants to cleanse the skin. These chemical agents, when left behind on our skin, will impair our skin barrier, resulting in transepidemic water loss, meaning you will lose hydration of your skin and will have increased irritation and sensitivity. This is especially so if you already have pre-existing skin barrier problem like eczema, rosacea, etc. If you have no access to water temporarily, or if you are too tired to wash your face before going to bed, then cleansing wipes might be okay once in a blue moon. But consistent use of cleansing wipes over a long period of time can cause premature aging, loss of hydration, acne, and other skin problems. Another common mistake is aggressive skincare routine. Some people who are suffering from acne problem have oily skin. This is due to overactive sebaceous glands in our pores excreting excessive amount of sebum, that is, the natural oil production by the skin, making our face very oily. So people feel that they want to strip the skin dry as much as possible. This might feel nice for a while, but this also causes a lot of problems. When people resort to aggressive exfoliation, they might use harsh physical scrubs, strong alcohol-based toners, highly concentrated chemical peels, DIY lemon or citrus treatments, sonic scrubs, etc., etc. When we are drying up the skin using aggressive exfoliation, we are also damaging our skin barrier at the same time. The epidermic layer of the skin becomes impaired and agitated. This can cause transepidemic water loss, inflammation or irritation of the skin, acne as a form of immune response, and other skin problems. Remember, acne is also a kind of wound on our skin. Aggressive exfoliation, physical or chemical, can create more wounding and agitation, and hence the skin does not heal properly. This can eventually result in post-acne scars and/or post-inflammation hyperpigmentation. What this means is that you might have uneven skin texture because of scarring, and you might have dark spots after the acne has healed. For the very same reasons, we should never pick or pop your pimples. Picking or popping your pimples will only increase trauma to the skin, making it harder and longer to heal, which might then cause scarring and dark spots in the healing process. So just leave your pimples alone. Diet. I'm not a dietitian, and this video will become too long to talk about diet as well. Suffice to say that a balanced diet is important to skin health. So if you are suffering from acne and you are doing the right thing in terms of managing stress and having an effective skin routine, etc., etc., then maybe you might want to check your diet as well. Nevertheless, I want to share with you one tip about diet from my own personal experience. There are some evidence that dairy is associated with acne, although most of these evidence relates to skim milk. I'm lactose intolerant. or more precisely, I have relatively low tolerance to dairy products. But I still like milk in my coffee, ice cream, and pizzas. I take small quantities of dairy products, but only for specific foods that I like. However, when I'm having a breakout, I cut off dairy products altogether, and it seems to help me with the healing process of my acne. Now that we have talked about the causes of acne, how are we then going to deal with acne? I'm going to share with you 5 pointers or 5 general principles to properly and effectively manage your acne. First, avoid irritants. When you have acne, your skin is already inflamed and agitated. You want to avoid anything that can potentially make it worse. Even though when your skin is healthy, you can tolerate some of these ingredients, when you have acne, your skin barrier is already impaired. So these ingredients can aggravate your acne. What are these irritating ingredients are we talking about? Basically, you should avoid products containing any of the following ingredients: fragrance, essential oils, menthol, and excessive alcohol, especially alcohol-based toners. In addition, you should also keep your skin routine to a minimum, using products that are targeting only your acne problem. Avoid also introducing new ingredients or new products or an unknown element into your skincare routine. This can significantly reduce potential source of irritation and aggravation. Be gentle with your skin. Do not further traumatize your skin by using harsh physical scrubs, microdermabrasion, sonic scrubs, DIY lemon or citrus masks, concurrently using other active ingredients that are not related to your acne problems, etc., etc. Be gentle with your skin. I know people with oily skin will always want to control your sebum production. So there is a temptation to strip our skin dry by whatever means necessary. Don't worry. One of the best ingredients that can control sebum production is salicylic acid, or BHA, beta hydroxy acid. This we will talk about more later in this video. Keep your face clean. We need to cleanse our face properly so that it is free of germs, bacteria, free radicals, pollutants, etc., etc. But at the same time, we should also not over cleanse. You need to use a very gentle cleanser without irritants. That means no fragrance, no essential oil, and no menthol. Cleansers have surfactants that can be harmful to our skin barrier, so we should wash off properly and try not to use it too frequently to impair the skin barrier. Never use cleansing wipes that will leave behind harmful surfactants on our face. If you have dry skin or your skin barrier is already impaired, like eczema, you can cleanse your face only once in the evening. In the morning, you can either do without any cleansing or just use water to wash your face. Maintain moisture. When our skin is oily, the tendency is to make our face dry and then use either only very lightweight skincare product like a serum or essence or not at all. However, if your skin is not properly moisturized, it will aggravate sebum production because the skin will want to rectify the dry environment on the skin by excreting even more oil. So, the way to prevent overproduction of sebum is to regulate an appropriate amount of moisture in our skin. Therefore, keeping the skin properly moisturized is essential. A good moisturizer should have 3 essential components: humectant, emollient, and occlusive. Humectant is responsible for binding water from the environment or from under the skin to keep the skin hydrated. Emollient helps to soften the edges of the skin. Humectant and emollient can be thought of as the balance between water and oil in our skin. Occlusive functions like a shield that prevents transepidemic water loss so that hydration can be trapped inside the skin and not evaporate too quickly into the environment. For people with oily skin, although they may like to use a serum or essence in place of a moisturizer, a serum or essence typically functions only as a humectant. Serum and essence do not have occlusive ingredients in the product. So transepidemic water loss will occur and the skin will become dehydrated. This will then trigger sebum production to rectify the dry environment on the skin. So even if you have oily skin or acne is making your skin oily, you need to use a proper moisturizer to regulate your sebum production. As an alternative for people with oily skin, you can choose to use an oil-free moisturizer, which usually have dimethicone or silica as occlusive, which will help prevent transepidemic water loss. Protect your skin. When you have acne, your skin is even more vulnerable to UV lights. Exposure to UV lights not only can irritate the skin further, it can also increase pigmentation, resulting in dark spots as acne heals. So, during breakouts, it is necessary to avoid the sun as much as possible and use plenty of sunscreens. Of course, this is not the time to test new sunscreen products. Rather, you should rely on sunscreen products that you have used before without any problem. From what we have talked about so far, we already know the causes of acne and how to effectively manage our acne. Next, I would like to share with you a few ingredients that are helpful or beneficial for preventing, managing, and healing our acne. The ingredients that you wish to consider to use in your acne skincare routine are salicylic acid, niacinamide, benzoyl peroxide, and retinoids. I will talk about each of them in turn. Salicylic acid. Salicylic acid is a beta-hydroxy acid or BHA. It is an oil-soluble acid that dissolves sebum in our pores and control whiteheads and blackheads. It is effective for mild to moderate acne. It is also a gentle exfoliant that helps the skin to turn over dead skin cells from the top layer. It also reduces redness and swelling, i.e., it reduces inflammation of the skin. This decreases the number of pimples being formed and it speeds up the healing process. Salicylic acid can be found in a wide variety of over-the-counter products, usually with concentration of 0.5% to 5%. Of course, the higher the concentration, the more likely it will cause irritation. Also, wash-off products are generally better tolerated than leave-on products. Although not very common, there may be people who are allergic to salicylic acid. So you should patch test the product if you have never used it before. Also, you may want to start using salicylic acid from once or twice per week before gradually increasing to everyday use. Before I share with you what products I use, I would like to clarify that this is not a paid promotion. I'm not paid by any brand to do this video. I pay for all of the products I show here with my own money. Furthermore, I'm not a skincare reviewer, so it is not my job to test many products. What I use may not be the best product. It is just simply what I choose to use at this particular point in time. During my recent acne episode, I have used this product. COSRX Salicylic Acid Daily Gentle Cleanser. It contains 0.5% salicylic acid. It is not entirely fragrance-free because it contains tea tree leaf oil and lemon peel oil. But for a wash-off product, low concentration of fragrance generally doesn't cause me any problem. And on top of that, I really didn't want to spend more money to buy a new product since I'm already using this. I use this product mainly because it is very gentle with only 0.5% salicylic acid. Sometimes higher concentration is not necessarily better because it can cause more irritation depending on the individual. I wash my face with this cleanser in the morning, and I would avoid areas around the eyes because the skin around the eyes is quite sensitive. If you prefer a fragrance-free version of salicylic acid cleanser, you can try CeraVe SA Smoothing Cleanser, which not only contains salicylic acid but also hyaluronic acid, which is a hydration agent, and ceramides, which helps restore skin barrier. I would buy this product for my acne problem if I'm not already using COSRX Salicylic Acid Cleanser. Salicylic acid can also come as a leave-on product. An example is the Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. Niacinamide. Niacinamide is a stable water-soluble vitamin B3. It is essential to the coenzyme that is essential to our body physiology. It is relatively inexpensive and very well tolerated by many people. It can be found in many moisturizers, and it might also be manufactured as a serum. It is helpful for skin conditions such as acne, rosacea, dark spots, melasma, eczema, dry skin, etc. etc. It has anti-inflammation and anti-redness property. It also suppresses pigmentation of the skin. There were studies that showed that niacinamide is effective in reducing pigmentation during acne healing process. During my recent acne episode, I have used this product, Purito Galacto Niacin 97 Power Essence. It contains 92% galactomyces and 5% niacinamide. Galactomyces is a rice ferment filtrate similar to SK2 Pitera, but at a fraction of the price. It works as a humectant, i.e. a hydration agent. I use this product during my acne recovery process mainly because of the 5% niacinamide, which helps to suppress pigmentation during acne healing process. Although there are higher concentrations of niacinamide available in the market, like the ordinary 10% niacinamide and Inkilist 10% niacinamide, but in the studies that show the effectiveness of niacinamide used only 2 to 5% niacinamide. Note that you don't necessarily need a separate serum with niacinamide. You can use a moisturizer with niacinamide in it. There are quite many of them. One of them is COSRX Ultimate Nourishing Rice Overnight Spa Mask. This product can be used as a leave-on mask or as a moisturizer. I didn't use this product during my last acne episode, but it is an option. Benzoyl peroxide. Benzoyl peroxide is a well-established ingredient for managing acne. It works to treat and prevent acne by killing bacteria underneath the skin, as well as helping the pores to turn over dead skin cells and control excess sebum, i.e. natural oil production by the skin. Benzoyl peroxide works particularly well for inflammatory acne, which is characterized by red bumps that contains fluids such as pustules, cysts, etc., etc., instead of whiteheads and blackheads. In other words, benzoyl peroxide works well in killing acne-producing bacteria on the skin, which is usually evidenced by red bumps with white fluid under the skin. Some people use tea tree oil to treat acne. Although tea tree oil does have antibacterial property that can be helpful, but it can also be very irritating for the skin unless it is significantly diluted. A better alternative is to use a well-studied and proven ingredient like benzoyl peroxide. Over-the-counter benzoyl peroxide products come in different forms such as gel or cream, cleanser or spot treatment, with different concentrations for mild to moderate acne. During my recent acne episode, I didn't use any benzoyl peroxide product at all because my acne wasn't really the inflammatory type with pustules. So I didn't feel it was necessary for me. Nevertheless, it can be helpful for certain types of acne. Retinoids. Retinoids are a class of ingredients derived from vitamin A. They play a vital role in the treatment of acne. A particular type of retinoid called tretinoin, or sometimes also called retin A, is a well-studied and proven ingredient for the treatment of acne since the 70s. It can help to unclog pores, reduce number of breakouts, reduce number of red inflamed active pimples, and improve discoloration from healing acne. It also helps accelerate the renewal process of our skin. When used consistently in the long term, say more than 6 months, it can help in boosting collagen production in the deeper layer of the skin and improve appearance of scars. Tretinoin or retin A was initially used as acne treatment, but it was later found that it can also help with reversing the signs of aging. Unfortunately, the side effects of tretinoin in the initial stage can be quite uncomfortable. It can cause a lot of dryness, peeling, redness, and irritation. People with acne without prior experience using tretinoin can have a hard time coping with this medication. If you have never used tretinoin before and you would like to try this ingredient to treat your acne, then I would suggest that you consult your dermatologist or a skin specialist on how best to introduce this in your acne routine. If you already have prior experience using tretinoin, then using this during breakout can help accelerate the healing process of your acne. During my last acne episode, I used tretinoin 0.05% every night and my acne healed in less than 5 days. A newer type of retinoid called Adapalene is also a good medication for acne. It is gentler with less side effects and tend to cause less irritation than tretinoin. For those of you without prior experience using tretinoin, then Adapalene can be a good option to treat your acne. In Malaysia, over the counter, you can buy up to 0.1% Adapalene or 0.05% tretinoin. Anything above these concentrations, you will need a prescription. So, what did I do exactly during my last acne episode? What was my acne routine? In the morning, I used Cosrx Salicylic Acid Cleanser, followed by Purito 5% Niacinamide, then CeraVe Moisturizer, and then Eucerin Daily Protection. In the evening, I used a gentle cleanser, followed by Purito 5% Niacinamide, then CeraVe Moisturizer, and then 0.05% tretinoin. Now, I didn't use benzoyl peroxide during my last acne episode. If you wish to introduce benzoyl peroxide in your acne routine, I would suggest either you use benzoyl peroxide as spot treatment after moisturizer or use benzoyl peroxide in a cream form instead of a moisturizer. There you have it. That was my acne skin routine. Now that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, I would appreciate if you like and subscribe so that you won't miss out on new releases. If you don't like this video, please also comment below and let us know how we can improve.